Hey there, fellow miners. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld: Inquest of the Dead. Episode 57, Still Starved for Plasteel. I would say hay grass worked functionally better than wood. So I'm going to reset the floorings. That never burned. I'm going to reset the floors with hay grass in mind. And I'll do just like a star pattern. It's too bad I can't like automate this in some easier way. But yeah, I liked it. Worked out pretty well. And now it won't take us like multiple days to recover from this raid, but just like a day. Plus rebuilding mines. And then any weak points that we noticed we can fix up for next time. Is there lungs for good? There is not. There's a lung. It's a start, but there's not two. Might as well just do them in a batch. Well, thank you, Bryzit, for contributing to that defense. Where you wanted to get high on ambrosia and then not fight the whole time. Super cool. Yo, Addie, can you just, like, stay asleep? I keep trying to, like, patch her. And then every time she's in bed, she's just like, I'm gonna get back up. No, stay down. I'm trying to heal you. Alright, I don't even care. She wants to do what she wants to do. Alright, I think the high priority haul is done. We pretty much have every corpse hauled away. Some of these boxes look horrible. But I'll put the floors in first before the mines. And I know I'm also going to need to make incendiary mines, or incendiary shells, because I'm flat out. So let's queue up. Oh. Let's research mortars, because I don't know how to make incendiary shells. Yeah, I just realized that. Now, even without incendiary cells, you could pretty easily... So I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put them in right now, because most of our people have Hellcat rifles, and you can achieve virtually the same benefit without incendiary mines, right? Because you don't even really need a turret, right? You could have a pawn shoot at the shamblers, lure them into the box. And I probably should have done that in hindsight, and maybe we'd do that in the future. Where if the shamblers are actually actively chasing someone, they do a pretty good job of following them, like a Pied Piper. And then turn around, Hellcat rifle, blast the box, hiding behind the brawler, and we'd be good. So that is, I think, something I will try to use this time around. I'll try to just like manually set these off instead. Without the turret and without the mines. The only real benefit of the turret and the mines is like the automated method is sometimes easier to manage. If I'm overwhelmed with micro. Which God knows. Sometimes I'm just simply overwhelmed with micro. Alright. Your eye got fixed. Sweet. Let's not even bother using that bed. The ones on the ground were not so good. Who's starving? Madsy? Yo, doctors. That's like entirely your fault. And Addie still needs medical treatment. Rascal? Did you? No, you still have focus. I'm gonna do words of healing on Addie. It's a bit of a waste of psi focus, but like she refuses to be in bed long enough to like heal normally, so I'll just bless her. Should help. Where are you going? You are cowering from the single shambler. You win. Just looking around, make sure there aren't any others hiding in the wings. Seems to be fine. So I know I have some holes in my defenses that need to get patched. Once we reset our entry boxes, looks like most of this hallway got fixed. There was like 6 holes here or something, and we're down to 2. So yeah, things are definitely getting reset. Just need to wait a little longer. So when Good is up, I'll send Good and Nabe out to the Plasteel site. I also know that we're a bit long overdue for a conversion ritual, and then also that second sentinel. And hopefully I'll get around to that in just a minute. Gestures towards everything. I've been busy. It's like 24 hours late. But this was a good demonstration of the Shamblers just like choosing to fight a building for no reason because it got in the way. Like, they just chew on everything. They don't even really care. There's no like rhyme or reason as to what they fight. They're dumb. They're just that level of dumb. Okay. So here is the conversion ritual, and hopefully, once I trigger this, enemies don't fall out of the sky to stop me. Like last time. I, for some reason or other, thought it was okay to say that aloud, giving Randy Random a really good idea as to how to piss me off. Sakura, go faster, go faster, go faster, go faster. I'm gonna get pod drop raid. Effective. Down to 41%. Okay, cool. And then the second one was the Sun Tzu Sentinel roll change. Oh, apparently I have enough unconscious people. I have a lower participant count. That's fun. Seven. So Sun Tzu is going to become our second Sentinel. So we'll have 2 Sentinels and 1 Templar. I think that's reasonable. I don't really see the benefit of Bryzid also becoming a Templar. Templar stuff is like hard to use. It's kind of like a last desperation because they fight until they can't fight anymore. So Addy has it just in case, but I'm not sure about really activating it unless I'm just that level of desperate. I'm being warned about low food. Yeah, I mean, I have a bunch of corn that's about to be harvested, so I don't know if I believe it. But I am not, to be fair, I am not growing a lot of food at the moment because I have so much hay grass and hops and heel root and psychoid. How old is the psychoid? 23%. I'm going to replace the psychoid with rice. And put this on rice. And then like a lot of this on rice. And I know I'm like removing crops that have already been sown. But food shortage would be way, 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 way worse. So 3 plots of rice. So we've got our 2 Sentinels. We got our Templar. We're still taking care of the vultures. They're here for 12 more days. Holy hell. And then, are Good and Abe both on day schedules? Yes. So tomorrow morning, maybe I'll try to send Good and Nabe out on Plasteel deployment. And Mr. decided to leave. Good. I didn't want him. I don't trust a delicate pyromaniac with a bowl cut. You, sir, are not trustworthy. Psychic suppressor for Guile? Or whatever that is? Yeah, I don't know. Absolutely not. I'm not suppressing myself for the entertainment of a royal. This burn box has not yet been reset, nor has this one. It's not the lack of hay grass, it's the lack of constructor work. Wildman, named Alarian. You are another pyromaniac. Cool. Well, have fun. Soak up all that toxins for me. I could shrink some of these tea fields for potatoes. You're not wrong. I could grow more tox potatoes. I'm going to wait until this is harvested. The reason why I was like fine to pull this stuff up is it was like 10%, 20% grown. This is like 80% grown. So I might as well get all the psychoid and then switch it over. But I also agree. Plus I could be growing it here as well, technically. There's a lot of like cleanup and stuff to do in the base. Ooh, the second detox along. I'd be really tempted for good to go under the knife for that, but I think I need the plasteel more. So taking a look at her needs, I'm gonna wait for her and Nabe's recreation to fill back up. Nabe's good. She needs to eat, and then once she eats, I can't like, the one problem with nutrient paste is I can't like force her to eat unless I use, oh, well, it's not my problem. Hey Nabla, go get a different meal. Good, go eat that. Okay. So last time we sent them off, I needed bedrolls and like meals and stuff. I basically sent the meal prepared, and that was my fault, and I should have done that. Also, you get to feed vultures, so congratulations, you're now vulture food. At least you're not a zombie. So Kadath will whip up the bedrolls. Load. One, two. I had pack meals, right? Do I not? Do I really not have packaged survival meals? I thought I did. Okay, that's a little tricky. Might have eaten them? I think I have. There is 3 on Zoshi, and then some down here. So here we go. This is gonna get a little complicated. Farm Caravan. Good. Did I burn them up for RP reasons? Not all of them. There's still some left. Yoink. Although Ilarion and Good are in a foot race, or you gotta jump. Or you're gonna drag everything to the base. Ilarion and Good are in a foot race for that meal up here, and I don't know if I'm gonna win this. He can only eat one of them. Well, he could actually eat more than one, but he's only gonna eat one. Yeah, look at him. He's mine. Okay, so that was all that was on the map tile. Now, let's try. 1, 2, 11 meals, 2 bedrolls, beer. Good enough. Go! Roof blocking. Yeah, that's a thing. I was like trying to figure out why can't I go? Yeah, well, you know, you can't Kool-Aid man your way through the roof. I guess. Constructors, Kadeth, or Sloan, or someone, please unlock them. Release the docking clamps and launch. I'm just going to drop it center because it's good. Like, what possible threat could there be where Good's not like, you're dead? Like, it would be an instant. Alright, I am being warned about low food, but the 90% corn grow makes me feel okay, because if I have to, unless it gets blighted, and then, oh my god. Ooh, look at that. We won't even be in the nasty. That sounds horrible. We won't be in the muck and mire for this. So I'm going to keep the beer and the meals in the shuttle and feed them when they need it. I didn't do a work drive. I just realized just now. But there's also berries that we could harvest. With the plants of 2 and the plants of 3, yeah, maybe not. Oh, there's a lot of berries. A lot of berries. Looks like a nice time for wood. I would normally agree with you, but Plasteel is way more of a vital resource. Plus, we're getting witchwood here, like, not efficiently, but eventually. So, wood is certainly a nice to have, but we can source it from home, which is like Plasteel we can barely source from home. Alright, the corpse boxes have been reset. Sweet. And now we're repairing the walls. Awesome. Why not both? Carry weight. The shuttle can only carry so much. We are doing a pretty good job about cleaning up the map tile, though, I must say. Most of the stuff I wanted to grab has been grabbed. I'm trying to keep a close eye on making sure that no one goes anywhere that's going to get them murdered. So as far as our brawlers go, I know we have the 2 lungs, I think. We do have the 2 T-Dox lungs, but I could put him in Madzi, but I think it makes more sense to give him to Good, so that Good can't suffer like a facial injury. Even though we couldn't do the surgery on Madzi right now, for semi-obvious reasons, I'm going to decide to save them for Good. Yeah, I just realized. So those... You're hunting me for food. Okay. I mean... Sure, I guess. I'm technically food. But that's very rude. I like how only when he gets, like, point blank and I set him on fire, he's like, alright, I'm gonna get you. It's like, weren't you gonna get me this whole time? Well, unfortunately, now you're a vulture food. Oh, for the love of God. you're rotten vulture food. Never mind. Okay. Sadly, Sakura got hit by the plague, as did kind of everyone else. Everyone has herbal meds as allowable. What I'm going to do is have Rascal Word of Immunity Sakura, so that Sakura, being one of our best doctors, is not laid up for a long, long time. And then Sakura will do that to her husband, or lover, Nabla. And I'll just start tending. Where did he go? Oh, cool. Stargazing out there, are you? You know, I just realized is like, there's a rat here we could hunt for meat, or... So what gender are you? Oh, we could have Celso have a rat litter. I'm gonna say no to that before you ask. So Sakura needs medical tending. How about Sloan, you go do it. Okay, so every plague victim now has been some tending done. We managed to mine up about half of the plasteel. Kind of figured it would be that. And then in the morning, I will... Actually, right now, I will exit a specific amount. 2. And have them eat. I don't have the opportunity to make a lot of, like, packaged survival meals because they require a protein, which I have virtually no protein source for. And then nutrient paste rots really quickly if it's not frozen. Regular meals wouldn't be a terrible idea to have packed for caravanning in the future. Making some simple meals for travel, because they'll keep for like 3 days-ish, which is more than enough time to mine out a Plasteel node. But I'll try to ration out the packaged meals better, and then like steal them from the raiders when possible. Would detox kidneys have any meaningful effect? No, not really. So I went over this before, but for environmental, so all of the toxins that we are experiencing typically is environmental toxins. And 2 lungs gives you more than 100%, so it gives you immunity. The kidneys give you toxin resistance, which is different. It's not environmental toxins, it's toxic buildup. Toxic buildup can come from other things. So the kidneys are good if you are fighting a lot of like royal troops that use like poison weapons, you know, the poison implants like Poison Fang, Poison Claw. Like that's where like the detox kidneys are going to really help you. I'm trying to think of some other like edge cases. They would help you recover from diseases faster because they do enhance your blood filtration, I suppose. Yeah. And they make them immune to chemical damage from like yayo, but I don't snort yayo enough for that to matter. So I could have gone both. I could have gone either route. The bigger advantage of the detox lungs, however, is increased breathing. Maybe we can see this with Addy. Increased breathing increases your movement speed. Maybe not by much, but in a foot race, if you are just 2% faster, you outrun your pursuers, right? So that's where the lungs, I would say, are better than the kidneys. And also negates the irritation from acidic smog, which is pretty handy because we live in a polluted world and there's smog constantly. But yeah, you can go one or the other. There's not really an advantage to going both. Yeah, some animals like cobras also inflict toxic buildup, and that's where like kidneys would be better. I don't need to worry about cobras on this planet. Same with like some of the... I'm trying to think of the other poison animals, but there aren't many. You are insulting our Templar, or Drake. Wait, how did you even... You want an insult spree in prison? Like, you can't even decide to where you want... That's so dumb. So I'm going to insult you from within my cell. It's like, yeah, have fun with that. Oh, Rascal, leveling up again. You're really becoming better at this. We'll give you stabilize. At some point, I should also consider a dumping supplies out, like spare lungs and shards and just stuff we don't need to lower our wealth, because we're slowly building wealth up again just from all the stupid shards that we have. Oh, I totally forgot. You should not meditate while you're out. Maybe it was a verbal venting session? Yeah, I'm sure. It just doesn't really make a lot of sense because he's, like, locked in prison. Cool, so all these bodies have, like, outgassed, for lack of a better term, and are no longer, a problem. Now, there is one little issue with leaving the bodies like this. If there's a wall breach, right? If we lose a section of these walls, these corpses will then immediately reanimate, which could be really annoying. One of the reasons why I wanted a crematorium in here is to sort of like automate the corpse removal. We might want to put crematoriums, like, here would be bad because it blocks all the shooter mustering positions, but like put crematoriums near the kill boxes so that we can reduce the corpse load. I think I'm going to do that, just because I'm worried about, like, a breach. So I'll put a crematorium here to cover this one, and, like, I'll create a wall here and put a crematorium there to get rid of that. So starting to add crematoriums to help automate the corpse removal process. It's a lot of manpower, but I think we have the manpower now. Now, Ross, I'm gonna ramp bed rest up to 1. Should bed rest. Do I have enough power? I could always add power. I probably don't have enough power right now, but I am basically sitting on a steam geyser. So let's tap it. Seems reasonable. It will probably get broken into by shamblers, but I'll do my best to stop that from happening. RCV and Ross are the only ones, like, not doing awesome. So RCV, I'll also hit with immunity, so that you race up to immune. Alright, set to load. People, Plasteel, beds, and done. We have a little bit of, I mean, there was more space left over for wood, obviously, or stone chunks or something, but this was just a Plasteel run. Maybe in the future, like, I'll send a planter over or something like that, given the scene, you know, we'd wait for extra stuff. Oh, good job, Madsy. She was like, yep, job's done, guys. This is where I live now. Just pawn things. I'm updating the behind the wall zone because I just realized I hadn't done that in a while, and all of this is safe. I would say this outer wall is probably not safe. I'd be worried about them trying to repair it from the wrong side of the wall, which happens frequently unless you use Cathamon's mod that he made. That I should incorporate more frequently. With that said, this whole wall needs to do the same thing. I do not trust pawns being not dumb. So that's behind the walls, cool. And then the inside zone really hasn't changed at all. And then the close to home zone, yeah, okay, we're good. And the home zone. The home zone will change once this is built, but like it's not built yet. So I'm gonna ditch the Plasteel from here, but I'm gonna keep the meals and the beer because I don't see a reason why I would want to pull that out right now. We can just go on another Plasteel trip if I keep that in. One of the reasons why I haven't bothered double walling, if you're wondering, is it doesn't really significantly slow down the shamblers. And all it does is like double the replacement cost for the damage done. And make it impossible to repair the walls from within the base if I needed to. Because you can't repair the outer layer from within. So that's why I haven't really bothered to do anything like that. It did help with the bedrooms. But the bedrooms are different, right? People are like sick, wounded, recovering. But for the entire base, that like there's better uses for our work, our manpower, I would say. Right, most of the plague victims are coming up. Cyborg, thank you for the resub. How's it going across the pond? Pretty sure the pathfinding overhaul fixed the issues from repairing the wrong side of the walls. Have I experienced the 1.6? I have once or twice. Yes. In the Boundless Witch, she did it and got nibbled by a shambler as a result. So yeah, it has happened. It's not to say that that wasn't partially my fault. I can't say for sure that it wasn't, but I know it does occasionally happen. Cool down a bit, might get hotter. Yeah, that's pretty much how it's been on this side of the pond, too. It's been burning up. It's been real nasty. I don't like it. So the vultures are 9 days. Man, that is a long time. Our guaranteed find is already up to 40%. And we have a lot of plasteel to be able to manufacture locust armor. So what's the holdup in locust armor right now? We've got the plasteel, we got the chem fuel, we probably have, yeah, we have the uranium. Advanced components and components? I think that's... No, I mean, we even have the advanced components and components. I think Wizard just hasn't done it. Because Wizard has the plague. Okay, that makes sense. I was like... What's the holdup? Yeah, okay, plague. I got it. That's fair. Can't complain about you having the plague to slow down. Yeah, okay. Sure. So we have 4 more sections of wall to do. I guess I'll start adding this to the home zone. And then we're going to need the cabling, too. I had not forgotten. And then the steel is just so that the flammability of the site is not a problem. You know, we probably can't even... No, it is part of the closest zone. I figured we weren't allowed to go over there, but we are. So I don't know what the holdup is, but should have it done in a second. So, New bills. We're going to cremate corpses forever that are rotten and not colonist. Cremate rotten non-colonist. The ingredient radius here will be small. Let's say I can't really tell. Let's zoom over here like this. Yeah, a little smaller. Perfect, 22. And I'm sure it will change from person to person. Silent gained. Give you blade focus. I'm probably out of stone. Surprisingly, I'm not. I've got 140. Just I'm out of constructor willpower. To be fair, they are now smoothing out these walls that are told to be smooth, so... I don't have the granite blocks for the other one, though. That much is true. So I would need more granite for the second crematorium. Now, this is not fun work. I, like, fully get that. But it will eventually make us safe once we have enough of these crematoriums. And then what the other thing I could do is I can have them on dead power, so I can turn them off and on remotely and easily. And that will aid me as well. I guess, yeah, roofed. We probably don't actually want that roofed. Requesting helpers. Another one. This has a quest assigned. I like how Chimmick is asking for it. Should we send Chimmick to Chimmick? Should we accept the quest? Yeah, you can visit your uncle. Hey, you're 15 now. You're growing older. I'm only cleaning this area because it's like absolutely filthy and is affecting the beauty of the vicinity in a way that we can actually control. Sakura, hit Board Drake with a conversion. 29%. We're getting closer. Ugh, wow, that's a lot of approach. 162 on approach. The pole and timer are not up. Oh, yeah, that would be a problem. They are up now. Sorry, sometimes it gets, like, hung up. And it just doesn't want to cooperate. I'm blaming the software. It's my fault. So we have the steel and components for this thing. So yeah, that should be easy to turn on and solve some of our problems. So it looks like you guys are thinking, yeah, maybe accept the quest. We're almost out of corpses for the vultures, but they're here for 8 more days. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe they will have food shortage problems, maybe they won't. Time will tell. Does look like we're getting some Devil Strand soon. That's super exciting. We planted that like a year and a day ago. Okay, maybe not a year and a day, but like half a year ago. And it looks like we're doing some cleanup. So we have a lot of the major repair and construction orders managed to the point where we're actually cleaning up the map tile, which is great because that will allow us to remove pollution from where pollution should be removed. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld: Inquest of the Dead, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any questions or feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Inquisitors.